Alright, so just got done getting rigged up. Got the bandito bug Texas rig there. And then I got a squarebill crankbait, pumpkin seed one. Just bringing 2 rods, bringing a moving bait rod and the Texas rig rod. Leaving the big heavy rod at home, just bringing out 2 rods, try and keep it as simple as possible. I got the 2 things I want covered. I got the bottom covered and I got something moving covered. You know, I can put a chatterbait, a swim bait, you know, swim jig, lipless crank, jerkbait, whatever the fish want on that thing. I'm just gonna see if I can get something to react to that bluegills. I saw a lot of bluegills in the shallows yesterday. The way they're hitting that chatterbait, I wanted to switch it up, and I just had way too much fun fishing that thing yesterday and going to the same exact spot. All right, it's the first spot of the day. Decided to come to this little cut, this little channel. Oh, there's a bass right there. See if he bites. Nope. It's about 1.5 pounds for swimming around. He saw me though. Yeah, I figured I'd start out here, see if there's anything pushing their way back into this area that's a little more protected out of the wind. Got that bandito bug Texas rigged, 5/16 ounce tungsten weight. Just gonna start by flipping these little reeds real quick, flipping this edge. See if I can't get something wants to come up and bite. Like that bass. I think if that fish wouldn't have seen me, he'd have bit. He was heading this way and I flipped the way he was heading and he said nope. Spun around, went the other direction. Speaking of that, had to put it in the right spot. I watched him. He stopped and turned around and came and got it. Yeah. First fish. It didn't take long. Been here for 3 minutes. That was my 3rd flip. All right, bub. Put you back. All right, so I wasn't recording, but just got another 1.5 pound bass right there on that bandito bug. Absolutely smoked it. I thought it was giant from the way you hit it, but just a decent one. I will take it though. It's about my 5th or 6th cast. And that isolated reed patch over there comes out in the water a little bit more. Nice fish too. Nice fish. I'm gonna put him back. Put him back over here. Absolutely clobbered it. Let's put him back. See you, bud. Now there is a quality fish. That's pushing 4. Absolutely smoked that bandito bug. Just smoked it. Oh man, you're gonna get some pics, baby girl. Nice fresh fish, just moved up. That is the 3rd one I've seen on a bed. She bit the very first time. Nice, fat, healthy female bass. Sick. Sick. Oh man, you are beautiful. First bed fish of the year. Nice. Close to 4 pounder. I put her on the scale. She was 378. We're gonna let her go back. I really need to leave this thing rolling because they are just on it. I just caught another one. That was 5 minutes after putting back that 4 pounder. This one was only about 1.5 pounds though. Oh, I had another one on right there. It's kind of hard to judge it in this wind, man, because they're hitting it. Nope, and they're coming right at you. Little one. I was swimming it back. I saw this one. I saw him cruise that way, so I turned the camera on. I was like, he might bite. He didn't bite the first time, though. Thanks, bud. So, the one from yesterday, The male was locked on the bed. No sign of the female. He showed interest in it, but he didn't commit, and then he swam off. I sat there for a couple more minutes. He didn't come back, so on my way back through, I'm going to change up what I'm throwing. Throwing a crack and crawl inside of the bandito bug, see if that does it. For not just him, but other fish as well. Fish that haven't, or that have seen the bandito bug and didn't want to commit to it. Switch up and throw the crack and crawl at them. Ooh, there's like a 1.5-pounder. Just cruising. Came from right where I just caught that last one at. He's just cruising the edge of this reed line. I'm in a very bad spot at the. I gotta set this hook. I'm standing on a wet log. It's a recipe for disaster. I fell twice yesterday setting the hook. Landed both fish though. He's right over here. I'm happily surprised that this water clarity did not change after all that rain we had yesterday. Squeaked off something there, probably a bluegill or a little bass. I need to get my kayak in here somehow. The access to this place is not easy. I mean, it's not hard, but getting a kayak back in here would be a struggle and a half. Although being in a kayak today would not be the way to go. I mean, I do have an anchor for it, but be blowing around all over the place. It's the one bad thing about the kayak is that you can't stand still in it. You're always moving somewhere. This little pocket right here on the outside of this reed, outside of the wind, there's fish written all over it. I got my bait out there. I'm trying not to walk up just in case there is something sitting there. That's the thing about being on the bank is that you want to, oh yeah, about a 2.5-pounder right there. Alright, see what he does. I can see the fish. Oh, he circled on it. The fish is definitely on the bed too. Alright, I'm gonna re-spool real quick. Since I just gassed it off my entire reel. Well, backlashed the entire reel. Lost my last 5/16 ounce tungsten weight. That makes 3 in the past 24 hours, but it's all good. Let me go ahead and I got a coating of monofilament, some 10-pound mono, cheap line. And I do this in order to save money and not waste fluorocarbon, since fluorocarbon is expensive. And yeah, it's just some 10-pound tri-lean line. Also, I like it because it gives it a backing. So I spooled it up about 1/3 of the way with just mono, and then tie a knot in order to have the fluoro on there. Do this that way I don't have to fish a leader all the time. I'm not a big fan of fishing leaders, but you know, for like spinning setups, and you know, like if I were to have straight fluoro and like wanted to throw a top water, then you know, I can put a braided or monofilament leader on it. Alright, so I got my knot there. Type of knot really doesn't matter, you just want it to where it holds. That's not going nowhere. and then carefully thread it on. So now it's that one on. And now we're adding some fluorocarbon to the line. Put a little bit of spit on it. Hot water works best, so, but out here, this will have to go. Save your line from nicking up and fraying. Fresh 17-pound line. And went about a 1/4 inch gap right here. And me, I've overspooled way too many times. And when you overspool, you'll know it immediately when you go to cast. So, I'd rather have not enough than too much. This fish does not like this thing in its bed. It came up and went sideways on it once. And every time I get it right about here, it comes over and checks it out. Here it comes. That's the female too. That's the female. It does not like this thing at all. I really hope I can catch that fish. That's like a 3-pounder. Tail. It moved it off the bed and had it by the tail. No. It did not like this thing at all. This fish is fired up. This fish is fired up. I watched it take it right off the bed. I thought it had it. Oh, this is gonna happen. This fish is getting pissed. Here, oh, slam off that time. This fish is doing circles. It is not happy at all. This fish is super charged up. Come on, mama. Slam over the top of it that time. Oh, this fish is pissed. Come on. That's the key to bed fishing. I mean, I should be back by another 10 yards where the fish can't see me. But the key to bed fishing is find the spot and the lure that fish does not like. Sometimes it's a crawl, sometimes it's something big and bulky and heavy, like a jig, and sometimes it's just something like this little worm that I'm using that's got a curly tail on it. White in color, and well, it's white and like green, so it looks just like a bluegill. And I'm just literally letting it sit there until that fish comes by. Just giving it a little hops, make it look like I'm eating her eggs. Even if I can't see the fish sees this thing in bed and it goes nuts. It's cool when it flutters down, it's got that tail, and that grabs that fish's attention.